Hey everyone, welcome to Fury's Bells and Breathing, brought to you by the Strength Faction. And what I'm going to talk to you about is how I look at breathing and how I incorporate breathing. A lot of us, fitness folks, are involved in the hardstyle kettlebell training world, whether you're with the RKC like myself or Strong First. You hear a lot about creating tension and power exhales, power breathing, diaphragmatic breathing match, even if you're powerlifting. A lot of the similarities in breathing strategies go just with weightlifting in general. And with that and the popularity of hardstyle, there's been this sort of loss of the soft side of that. Hardstyle is very much a yin and yang, and the tension-making stuff, the lifting heavy stuff is the sexy stuff, but the like breathing out, relaxed stuff, in a lot of ways, it's what's more useful for the people we train. So when we're gonna start this one out, just with sort of what we hope to get out of baseline breathing. So when we're born, we're not breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're just breathing in and out of the nose for a while, right? And you'll hear the term diaphragmatic breathing. That's just meant to be like sort of optimal, normal breathing, meaning we're breathing low, filling up, and then it exhales out, as opposed to chest breathing. Now clearly, your diaphragm's involved in both of those, but it's sort of where the air is targeting. Now when we aim low, that's sort of rest and digest, parasympathetic breathing. When we breathe high, that's sympathetic, that's fight or flight, that's stressful. And a lot of the people we train, and a lot of us as trainers or enthusiasts, tend to breathe up here. And with that, unknowingly, our nervous system is reading that as perpetual stress, perpetual attack to some degree. And with that, you're going to end up with some movement limitations and compensations, and it'll mess up with your hormones, it'll mess up with your sleep, if you're struggling with fat loss and plateaus. A lot of the times, if we just start breathing better, a lot of good things will happen across the board. And strength is awesome, but having sort of a better baseline life while you're walking down the street is even more awesome. So, one of the things to consider when you're programming is this idea of just starting with breathing to relax the body, relax the nervous system, so that when you do apply your mobility drills, your warm-ups, the person coming in is better prepared to accept them, right? So if someone's coming in and they've been chest breathing and they've had stuff with their kids, stuff with work, stuff with family, stress, right? And they're breathing up here, you could do the mobility drills, but you're hitting against the wall. If you get them to breathe, thinking that low breathing, in and out of the nose, not only does that physically feel relaxing, below the surface in your nervous system, it's reading that as like, oh, we're not running from something dangerous right now. We can chill out. And with that chill out, any potential movement compensations we've been going on, again, I'm not saying we're aware of these things, but when we're stressed out, our core tends to not fire well, our stabilizers tend to turn off, the big gun primary muscles, primary movers, start to do the work of stabilizers. When we relax and breathe well, the core starts to fire on more reflexively, as it should. I'm not talking about bracing, that'll come later. That's the hardstyle end of life. And then as the core starts to fire, the stabilizers start to work better in conjunction with our movements, and then the primary movers get freed up to do what they need to do, what they're meant to do. In OS, we'd say diaphragmatic breathing leads to taking the brakes off. And I gotta tell you, I've traveled the world teaching original strength courses, and no matter how well someone comes in moving, how relaxed they are, how stressed they are, just with breathing, everyone's movement improves. It's just a fact. And what's important about this is there are different strategies to try to get somebody into a parasympathetic mode through breathing, whether it's using audible exhales out of the mouth and stuff. But in an OS and in my practice, I want to have a more direct takeaway. So when someone leaves here, I'm establishing a breathing pattern that they can take with them, because they're not going to walk down the street or in the car and do these, these exhales or something, overly deliberate strategies, patterns, techniques, whatever you want to call them. They should be breathing in and out of the nose, breathing relaxed. Quite simply, if we're exhaling out of the mouth all the time, we should take a moment to look at where our tongue's at. Mouth breathers will generally, over time, lead to forward head carriage. So again, I like diaphragmatic breathing in and out of the nose, not just because I teach for original strength, but because A, it does relax the nervous system, it puts you in that nice, more relaxed, less threatening state of mind. Again, I'm not saying this is even a conscious state of mind, unconscious, subconscious state of mind, to allow then for your mobility work, to allow then to move better for your lifting, to allow you to recover from your lifting, whether that's in session or after session, but also that the people we train or ourselves will just hopefully get in the habit of breathing better, doing everything else we do outside the gym. And I do think breathing is one of those things that's like nutrition. We can only control these things with our people in that 30 to 40 minutes, 30 to an hour that we have with them. It's how they're going to breathe after that's going to affect their recovery, their results, their mobility long term. So we're not just like using the same drills to no effect, right? So let's start thinking about that. Let me know how it goes if you have any questions. And thanks for watching. In the next one, we're going to talk a little bit about the hard style and bracing aspect of this, and then we'll get into down the line how I program stuff out and some specific drills. But for the first one here, just a nice chat about casual breathing. Hey, let's all just breathe together for a moment. Is that weird? Thanks.